This week, we are focusing on common misspelled words and using better vocabulary to help students improve their writing skills. The goal is to expand children's vocabulary in writing so they can produce a better text. Word number 1 is internal. Another word for internal is inside. This is why the word internal has the word in. For example, the outside of the building was not damaged, but the internal walls were damaged by smoke from the fire. Word number 2 is external. Opposite of internal is external, which means outside. For example, the external walls of the house were destroyed by corrosion. Word number 3 is civilian. An ordinary citizen is also known as a civilian. A civilian does not work for the army or the police force. For example, the police force has the duty to protect the civilians from harm. The word civilian has the word civil, which means polite and respectful. Ian refers to people such as Australian. Together, civilian means polite and respectful people of the country. Word number 4 is piranha. Piranha is a dangerous South American freshwater fish that has very sharp teeth that are used to tear flesh from prey. Piranha is a fearsome predator that eats meat. For example, when Mr. Pie saw a piranha in the water, he did not laugh with a ha-ha. Instead, he ran for his life as he knew he had to stay away from these deadly creatures. Can you see ha, ran, and pie for Mr. Pie? Word number 5 is illuminate. The word illuminate means to light up. For example, colorful Christmas lights illuminated the whole house. This means the Christmas lights have lit up the whole house. Word number 6 is compulsory. When something is compulsory, it means you must do it because it's a law or a rule. For example, voting in Australia is compulsory if you are an Australian citizen and over 18 years old. Word number 7 is distinct. When something is distinct, it means it is obviously different to another. For example, the nature of plants is distinct from the nature of rocks and sand. This means plants are different to rocks and sand. Word number 8 is violence. When a person shows violence, it means he has the intention to hurt someone or damage something. For example, fighting video games show behavior of violence which is unsuitable for young children. Word number 9 is ease. When you ease a situation, it means you make it less serious or severe. For example, although the child was only 2, he was able to say the alphabet with ease. The word ease is similar to the word easy. Word number 10 is vertebrate. An animal that has a backbone is a vertebrate. For example, humans, cats, dogs, and tigers are examples of vertebrates because they have backbones. Word number 11 is invertebrate. An animal that has no backbone is an invertebrate. An invertebrate is opposite of vertebrate. For example, jellyfish, worms, and snails are examples of invertebrates because they have no backbones. Word number 12 is vigorous. The word vigorous means strong, healthy, and full of energy. For example, dogs will need at least 20 minutes of vigorous exercise every day. Word number 13 is automatic. When something is automatic, it means it can work by itself with little or no direct human control. For example, some doors at the shopping centres are automatic as they open by themselves when you go near them. Word number 14 is manual. Manual is opposite to automatic, which relates to something that is done by hands. For example, to assemble a bookshelf, you will need a manual to show you the instructions. Word number 15 is obstacle. An obstacle can block you from achieving something. It's like a barrier or a hurdle. For example, the children had fun running through an obstacle course in the hall. These obstacles serve the purpose to make the course more difficult for children to complete. Word number 16 is alpine. The word alpine is related to high mountain areas. For example, our hotel window looked out on a beautiful alpine scene. In this context, alpine is an adjective. Alpine is also a plant that grows naturally in high mountain areas where trees are unable to grow. In this context, alpine is a noun. Pine in alpine means tree. Word number 17 is vulnerable. When you feel vulnerable, it means you're feeling weak and unsafe. For example, Superman was only vulnerable when he came in contact with kryptonite. Don't forget the letter L in vulnerable. Word number 18 is woven. Woven is the past tense for weave. It means twist together. For example, the wool is woven into fabric which will make jumpers and knits. Word number 19 is substitute. To substitute is to replace. For example, the principal found another teacher to substitute our class teacher who was on leave. In this context, substitute is used as a verb. The word substitute can also be used as a noun. For example, in cooking, you can use honey as a substitute for sugar. In this context, substitute is used as a noun. Word number 20 is consequently. Consequently means as a result or so. For example, William did not like his lunch. Consequently, he threw it in the bin. Word number 21 is critical. Another word for critical is important. For example, the cat was severely injured and it was critical to take it to the vet as soon as possible. Word number 22 is fundamental. Fundamental is another word for critical or important. For example, it is fundamental for everyone to consume a balanced diet and to exercise daily in order to live a healthy life. Word number 23 is asparagus. Asparagus is a vegetable that is long and green and has small shoots at one end. It is cooked and served whole. For example, Mum is getting ready to cook the asparagus for dinner. Word number 24 is reserve. To reserve something means to save for future use. For example, restaurants can reserve seats for guests who make early bookings. In this context, reserve is a verb. A reserve can also be a protected area for wildlife, such as national park. In this context, reserve is a place and is a noun. Word number 25 is guidance. To give someone guidance is to give advice or directions. For example, in dance lessons, you should follow the teacher for guidance. Can you see the word dance in guidance? The word guidance is the noun for guide. Word number 26 is fortnight. Every fortnight is a period of 2 weeks. For example, a fortnight or 14 days will give you enough time to prepare for an exam. Word number 27 is esophagus. Your esophagus is the tube in the body that carries food from the throat to the stomach. Be careful with the spelling of this word. The word esophagus begins with the letter O. Word number 28 is recycle. To recycle something means to convert waste into reusable material. For example, cans and bottles can be recycled. The prefix re means again. Cycle means going around. Word number 29 is circuit. A circuit is a circular line, route, or movement that starts and finishes at the same place. For example, when a light doesn't work, it means there is a break in the circuit. Circ means round. Break the word up to help you remember the spelling. Circ, you, it. Word number 30 is dungeon. A dungeon is a strong underground prison cell. For example, the king's dark and chilly dungeon kept the most notorious offenders in the city. This brings to the end of our spelling list 35. Keep practicing and good luck in your spelling test.